Right. Well, welcome back. And this is our third video, revising on time. So you've covered how to tell the time. And last one, we covered the 24-hour clock. And I finished that video a bit abruptly, so I apologize for that. But here was what we were looking at last time. And we looked at the analog clock, and we could see that it's 25 minutes past 7. And we looked at how we could write it digitally. So we can write it as 0725, 25 minutes past 7 o'clock. And then we looked at how we could write it as a 24-hour clock. So we add 12 onto 7, so we know that it's 1925. Right, now we're going to look at how we can use this information, use a start time, end time, and work out a duration. So duration is one of the words in our vocabulary that we looked at in video 1. And duration means how long something has lasted for. So here is an example here. We have 2 clocks here, and we can see that they're telling us the time. And we'll just check, and that's right, it's 23 minutes past 4 o'clock. And with it being 16:23, it tells me it's in the afternoon. And this time is 16:51. So I'm going to check that. So that's 51 minutes past 4, or another way we would tell it looking at the analog clock is we'd say it's 9 minutes to 5. But it's actually quite good having it with a 16:23 and a 16:51, because from there we can work out what the gap is between these two times. And a number line is quite a nice way to do it if you find doing it in your head a little bit tricky. On a number line, we're going to put the clock here. We've got 12 jumps, the same as we have around a clock. So we'll check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And each of these jumps has 5 in it for 5 minutes. So on the number line, we're going to plot the start time, which is here. So that's 16, 5, 10, 15, 23. So that starts there. And then the end time is where we're getting to is 16:51. And we want to see how many minutes we have got in between. So if we start at 16:23, I would do a jump of 7. So 16:23 add 7 takes us to 16:30. Now you could do separate jumps if you want, but if we know we're going from 16:30 to 16:51, we know that's a jump of 21 minutes. So 21 plus 7 is 28 minutes, and that's the duration. That's how long that activity has lasted for. And do remember, big fact, that there are 60 minutes in an hour. Well done. Move on to this activity now. I'm going to just take my picture off the screen. There we are, and then we can focus on this. So here's a question that helps us look at duration. So if you want to, just pause it. I'll read the question to you first, then pause it, and then you can work out the answers, and then I'll go through them with you. So here are the times for films showing at the cinema. I've got 3 films here. Evie has 1 hour and 15 minutes before she has to go home. Which film or films could Evie go and see? Explain your reasoning. So the 3 films we've got are Catman, Batwoman and Spider Dog. So if you pause the video now, and then you can have a go and working out. Right, let's see how we get to our answers. So Catman, it starts at 16:30, finishes at 17:45. And if you wanted to, you could do a number line to show how your jumps are going. You can also do these in your head if you feel comfortable with it. So jump from 16:30, I can do a 1 hour jump, and I know that would take me to 17:30. So I know that Catman's at least 1 hour long. And now if I go from 17:30, so that's half past, to 17:45, which is 1:45, we know that's 1/4 of an hour, 15 minutes. So Catman is going to last for 1 hour, 15 minutes. Batwoman's quite a nice one to look at. From 1700 to 1800, that is a jump of 1 hour, 60 minutes. Then Spider Dog, we're going from 1525 to 1635. Well, I know I can do a jump of 1 hour. So 15:25 plus 1 hour will be 16:25. So I've now got to do a jump from 16:25 to 16:35. That is 10 minutes. So it's 1 hour and 10 minutes. Right. If we have a look at these, 1 hour, 15 minutes, 1 hour, 1 hour, 10 minutes. Evie has 1 hour and 15 minutes before she has to go home. So I would say she can definitely watch Batwoman and Spider Dog because they are 1 hour, 1 hour, 10 minutes. So less than the 1 hour, 15. If she knows she's got enough time and she won't miss a bus or anything, she could also do Catman because that's also 1 hour, 15 minutes. So there you are, she can choose all three of those. Right. Just now, we've been given the start time and the end time, and we had to find out the duration. With this activity now, we're going to be given here the start time and how long it lasts for, and we then have to find the end time. And then for the next part of the question, we'll be given the end time and the duration, and then we have to find out the start time. So let's do the first one first, and this is involving Max. So Max has started queuing for the Dodgems. Here we are, he's in the queue. When will he get on? So we know the time he started because we've got a clock in front of us, and we need to find out what the start time is. And we know how long it's going to last for. So on this occasion, we can find out what time he will get to the Dodgems to start to get onto the ride. Okay, so we all know what time he'll get on. So let's start by telling the time. So here we are. We know that the hour hand is between the 2 and the 3. And it's quite closer to the 3, and we can see that we're on the 2 side here. Okay, so it's 2. So we're going to look at how many minutes to. So it's 5, 10, and I need to get a pencil. Here we are. And then using the pencil, we've got 5, 10, 11, 12, 13 minutes. We'll line it up there. So it's 13 minutes to 3. Okay, so that's what the time is, 13 minutes to 3. So I'm going to write that here. 13, because I'm using this, I'm just going to write 2, 3. A digitally way of writing it would be that we've got 02, and I'm going to do it as a 24-hour because I know it's in the afternoon. So instead of 2 o'clock, I need to add 12 hours. So that will be 14. And then how many minutes? Well, I'm going to do it 2 ways, and we're going to do one way and check the other. I'm going to count all the way around. I'm not going to count all the way to 6 because I know that's 30. 35, 40, 45, 46, 47. So 14, 47. I'm going to check that's right by having 47 plus 13. 47 plus 3 is 50, plus 10 is 60, and that makes us 60. So that's right. So 14:47 is our start time, and we're queuing for 6 minutes. So I'm going to add 6 minutes onto 14:47. So I'm going to keep the 14 the same because I know it's not going to be over the hour. So it's going to be 14, and then 47 plus 6 is going to be 53. So 14:53 is going to be the answer. And another way to write that, so 53 is 7 minutes. So I could also say it's 7 minutes to 3. So for that question, we found out the answer, which was to find out the end time by having the start time and the duration. My next question, when should Olivia start queuing for her ride? So here we have finding out the start time. So on this occasion, knowing this time isn't helping me because that's what the time is now. What I need to know is what the end time is going to be. And Olivia has told me here, I want to go on the big wheel at 4:05. Okay, so we've got 4:05 is her end time. I'm going to write that down. So 5 minutes past 4. And I'm going to write that as well digitally, so we know that the time is afternoon. So it's 4 o'clock, so 4 plus 12 will be 1600 hours, and it's 5 past, so it's going to be 05. So that's the time she wants to get on, and that's really useful. Now I need to know the duration, and I know she wants to do the big wheel, and we have to queue for 30 minutes. So I'm going to go, the end time is 5 past 4, and I want to go back half an hour. So if I go from 4 o'clock, I go back 5 minutes. That takes from 5 past 4, go back 5 minutes, takes me to 4 o'clock. And then I have 25 minutes left. So it's actually going to be 25 minutes to 4 that she needs to start. And I got to think of a way of writing that. So 25 minutes to 4. So it's going to be, so it's not going to be 1600 hours, it's going to be the one before it, isn't it? So it's going to be 15, so it's 3 o'clock, and 25 minutes to is the same as 35 minutes past 3. So 15:35, I can do a quick check because I'm going to add 30 minutes onto that. So 15:35, add 30 minutes is 35 plus 30 is 65. We know 60 is an hour, so that'll be 14. So 16, so it'll be 4 o'clock, 16:05. And that's what we've got there as the time. So that is finding start and end times when you know the duration. So as long as you've got 2 facts and you only need to find 1 more, you can do it. So we're going to move on to the next slide. This slide is about seconds. So what do we already know? Well, we know there are 60 seconds in a minute. So before we even look at questions, we can work out other facts that we know. So if we know 1 minute has 60 seconds, we'll know that half a minute has 30 seconds. So half a minute's got 30 seconds. We'll also know, if we halve that again, that quarter a minute has 15 seconds, and 4 quarters makes 1 whole, so 4 15s make 60. So we can find out other facts. So what's 1.5 minutes? So 1 minute is 60 seconds. Half a minute is 30 seconds. So that we know that 1.5 minutes actually has 90 seconds. So that works really nicely. Let's have a look at this question and see how we can get on with this one. Bella and Tom are having a race. It takes Bella 3.5 minutes to complete the race. It takes Tom 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Well, we're working these out. They're not both measured the same way. Bella's are all in minutes, 3.5, whereas Tom's in minutes and seconds. So I'm going to convert Bella's into minutes and seconds so it's the same. So 3 minutes stays the same, so it's 3 minutes, and then half a minute. So let me have a look at half a minute is the same as 30 seconds. So 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So if I have a look at this, Bella says, I won because I got a higher time. Well, let's think about this. Is Bella correct? Well, it took Bella 3 minutes and 30 seconds, but it only took Tom 3 minutes and 15 seconds. So Tom was quicker. So we can say that Tom won the race he was running, I presume, or whatever race they were doing. Right, this is the end of unit check that we did last year in year 3. So I thought it'd be a good way of seeing how much you've learned and how well you've done by having another go. So if you would like to pause the video now, so you've got all the questions in front of you, and just jot down the answers. You can just write which ones you're choosing. So put the number and the letter, and then we will go through it in a minute. So you have a go first. Now we're going to move on to the answers. So here, question 1. One of these months has 30 days. Which one is it? Well, straight away I know it's not February, because February has either 28 or 29 on a leap year. So it could be the other 3. Let's go through the poem we know. 30 days have September, April, June, and November. So straight away I know it's April. Which one of these statements is not true here? It's really important that we've read the question correctly. So let's have a look and see what we know. There are 12 months in a year. That's true. A day lasts from the time you get up to the time you go to bed. Well, we talked about that, and we know that a day lasts for 24 hours. So that technically isn't true. Let's see if the others are. Day lasts for 24 hours. Correct. A year usually lasts 365 days. Correct. Sometimes it lasts 366. So those 3 are correct. So we know B isn't correct. So that's the right answer for us. This clock shows an afternoon time. What time is it? Afternoon is the clue. So it needs to be afternoon. So I'm going to look down here, and straight away there's 2 that I can cross off. This one says AM and this one says AM. And so I'm not even going to look at those. They're both wrong. It's going to be one of these 2. So is it 2 minutes to 5 or 5 minutes to 5? That's the question. So we're going to look at the hour hand to check, and it is right. It is close to the 5. It's nearly 5 o'clock. So let's have a look here. Is it 2 minutes to or 5? Well, 5 minutes would be on the 11. So it's definitely 2 minutes to, so it's 16:58. Number 4. It is 22:47. The duration of a TV program is 33 minutes. What time will it finish? Just like one of the questions we've just been doing, we have the start time and the duration, and we need to find the time. What we're going to do is add 33 minutes onto 47. I know that when I add 33 onto 47, it's going to go past the hour. So I know that it's going to move from 22 to 23 100 hours, or let me think about it. 22, if I take away 10, that's 10 o'clock. So it's going to be 11 o'clock at night, isn't it? So it's something past 11. So let's work that out. So we've got 47. I'm going to add 13 of those minutes on to make it up to 60, which brings me to 23 or 11 o'clock at night. And then I take 13 minutes off of that, so I have 20 minutes left. So it's 20 past 11 at night. That's right. 20 past 10, no, it's 11 o'clock, so that one's not right. We know this one isn't right because it's AM. What about this one? This is a tricky one. I know what they've done. They've done 47 plus 33, which does make 80, but we know there's only 60 minutes in an hour, so that's not right. So it's A. Molly is timing 1.5 minutes. How many seconds is this? Well, we're lucky we've just done this, haven't we? So 1.5 minutes. So 1 minute is 60 seconds, and half a minute is 30 seconds. So it will be 90 seconds. And here you can see that they've got confused. They've just converted a half a minute to half a second, and half a second is a lot shorter than half a minute. Last question here is again finding out a duration. So this time we've got the start time and the end time. We've got to find out how long it takes. The train starts its journey at this time. Let's work out what the time is. So this is our hour hand. It's between 11 and 12, and we can see it's just past the 11. So 5, 10, 15 minutes or quarter past 11 here. Look at this one here. Our hand is on the 2. And so is the minute hand. So it's something to do with 2 o'clock, and we know it's 5, 10 minutes past 2. It's quite a long journey. So I'm going to work out the hours first. So I've got quarter past 11. So quarter past 12 will be 1 hour, and quarter past 1 will be 2 hours. But it's not quite quarter past, so quarter past 1 is 2 hours, but it's not quite quarter past 2. It's actually just 5 minutes off, so it's actually 2 hours and 55 minutes, just 5 minutes off 3. So that's the answer, 2 hours and 55 minutes. So I hope you've done well. Please let us know how you've got on. Tell your teachers, send us an email, put it on the blog, and let us know how you've got on. Brilliant. Now that we've done quite a lot of revision for time, here is a really good place where you can go and have a look and find out more. And there's lots and lots of activities that you can practice your telling the time, as well as doing practicing around the house, telling the time, chat with your parents about it, or with your older brothers and sisters, and see how you get on. So this is where you can find these time activities. Go onto the home page and click the maths button. When you've got onto the maths button, scroll down and you will find another icon on time. And when you click onto that, you will find there's some paper activities first. As you scroll down, all of these activities you can have a go. So good luck. Do some time revision, have some fun learning time, being confident with time, and then in a couple of weeks we'll send you some more videos about telling the time, and there'll be some different activities, different things to do. So do take care. I'm going to put my photo on. So I want to say, do take care, look after yourself. Hope you're getting on really well. All the teachers are missing all of you, and I hope you have a good time telling the time. Goodbye from Mrs. White.